What's up, guys? I'm Chris, and today you're watching a magic review on the modern Z Wallet Pro 2.0 by Patrick Kun. Welcome to the channel, and thanks for tuning in. Please consider subscribing. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment on any questions that you have about the product I'm reviewing or anything you'd like to see in the future. Let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget to click that notification bell so you don't miss a video or a review. Don't forget to head over to Facebook and join the Chris Edwards Magic Secret Access group. That is a group that I have kind of based around this channel where I can interact with you guys on a more personal level. And I'm also going to be providing you with a more in-depth look on certain products such as Peak Wallets and other releases that I don't want to go into full detail to the public. So it's more hidden than what a layperson would be able to see. There'll be unlisted videos where I will post direct links within the group. So those unlisted videos can't be searched via anything, whether it's not visible on my channel for one to the public, and two, you won't be able to search those videos through the YouTube search engine or like Google or anything like that. So check that out, and in there I can answer questions in a lot more detail than I will on here. The modern Z Fold Wallet 2.0 Pro by Patrick Kun is a Z Fold wallet, first and foremost. It's also a Peak wallet, and it has an out to lunch feature that is better than any out to lunch that I've ever seen. If you are somebody who performs out to lunch or uses that principle, you absolutely need this. It's also made very, very well. It's made by Quiver. So anybody who has any other products by Quiver, whether it's Quiver itself or any of the wallets, you know that the quality and the leather work is next to none. It's very, very good. This also has a locking system. So unlike most Z Fold wallets, this has a magnetic locking system, and that can also be removed. So if you don't want the locking system, you can remove the magnets. So Patrick's really thought of everything when it comes to this. So I'm just going to kind of briefly go over 3 routines that I do with this wallet, just to kind of show you guys what it can do. So if I open the wallet here, what I do here is I will go into a card trick, and this doesn't really seem like a card trick, but I will have somebody select a card, and what I am doing is essentially forcing the Queen of Hearts. Okay, so after I force my card, I take out the wallet and I get them to hold the wallet like this as I take a picture. Okay, now on this side I have the rainbow card. So as soon as the picture is taken, they are now holding the wallet with the Queen of Hearts, which they will see later, because at first, as far as they know, this wallet is empty, right? So what I'll do then is I ask them what their card was. They talk about it, and I say, well, that card wasn't in the deck. And I gimmick one card within the actual deck so that after it's selected, they can go through the deck and they aren't going to find that card. And I say that card's never been in the deck, and when I open up the wallet, the Queen of Hearts is there. Now, this would match the other side in reality, but just for review purposes, I'm going to show you something with this. So anyway, so they see that the Queen of Hearts is in the wallet that they're still holding, and then I get them to look at their phone, which I took the picture with, and when they look at their phone, they see that they're holding the wallet with the Queen of Hearts. So that's a really good one. I've really enjoyed performing that one. Sorry, I just dropped my remote because I'm going to go into the out to lunch so you guys can see that. But I guess before that, I will also just mention that this is also a Peak wallet. So depending on how you place, you'll take out a card, get them to write a word, a name, whatever, or draw a picture. From there, you would take the business card or billet, you would place it face down in this side. Okay, so then you close that, and like some other wallets, the peak, you go to get a card out of your wallet, and when you get the card, you got a full peak right in front of you. You take out your business card, put it back down, and you can also leave it open. So that's the nice thing. That's a nice subtlety, is when you place it down, you can leave it open, so it looks like whatever you just saw, they're seeing, and you can't see anything. But anyway, then you got your peak, do your revelation, and then you can match the cards or whatever. So that's the peak function. Yeah, let's get to the out to lunch, because that's really where this wallet shines. I gotta grab my remote. Out to lunch. Okay, so this is a routine that Patrick teaches on the tutorial, but as far as the out to lunch principle goes, this wallet beats everyone that I've ever seen. Okay, so I know there's a lot of different out to lunch designs, but essentially the principle is the same. Anyway, you take out your wallet, you show that you have a business card here, right? Now, what I've done is I've just drawn a $50 on there. I know it's not the best drawing, but I've drawn a $50 on there, and then I have initialed it, okay? So then with the out to lunch principle, the idea is that they will initial this as well. So now check this out. You push the card forward, saying initial here, okay? So whatever the initial, okay? And then you would take out that card. Okay. Now I would hold this above them and say, here, check this out. Hold out your hand. Okay. And then my initial's still there, their initials are still there, and the coin is gone. So that's basically just I don't know if I flashed anything, but it was just with the camera the way it is, I'm not sure. But I wanted to show you guys the out to lunch feature, so bear with me if it flashed. Anyway, I'll give you guys a better look at that. I'm just gonna get this stuff out of the way. Okay, so the out to lunch, this right here is amazing. Like, the whole card moves forward, you sign here, okay, we're gonna use, and then it's gone. Now, I've never seen a out to lunch where you have such a great illusion where you can move the card, and I don't know. So that there, to me, is the best out to lunch that I've ever seen. Now, in the tutorial, he goes over how to make that gimmick so that you can have that illusion of a single card, or of that card that you're pushing forward and them signing, right? So it's extremely simple to make. He provides you with everything, but the wallet itself also has some built-in features to where you really can't mess this up, because if you push the card too far forward, because of the design of the wallet and something inside the wallet, it's going to stop that card from coming out and showing two cards. So anyway, that's just something with the wallet, the out to lunch feature, that I wanted to show. So what do you get? You're going to get the wallet itself and then a link to the tutorial. Now with the tutorial, you're going to get the tutorial from the Z Fold Pro 1. So you'll get all of that, and then you'll get the tutorial for the new one, which is the Z Fold Pro Wallet 2.0. So you'll get that, and then there is another tutorial that explains, well, how to set up the wallet, how to set up the out to lunch, and then some routines for the peak, the out to lunch, and kind of go over the switch function. So yeah, this is a switch wallet, a peak wallet, out to lunch. What's the quality? So the quality is about as good as it gets, and I mean, for a Z Fold wallet, this is the best out there that I've come across. So it's made by Quiver. So you have amazing leather work, everything's precise. Leather is really good quality. The stitching is also very good. Inside, you have your ID window, then you have your business card slot, or business cards pocket, which can hold a number of business cards, but also has that special out to lunch feature. And then you have some working pockets in here. That's also going to be your peak, whether you choose to use it or not. You have the option of placing the business card or whatever card in one kind of slot or the other. So you don't have to use the peak feature. And then the other side's the same, right? Because that's what you want. And then this has a locking mechanism. So on one side, it's locking, right? And it's not gonna come open. But on the other side, it's not locking. So it can come open very easily. So that can be helpful depending on what you're doing with it. So yeah, I really like it. And if you don't like the locking feature, you can remove the magnets so that it's not. So it's up to you. The tutorial, I think I've gone over enough. You get to know how to set up the wallet, how each feature of the wallet works. Basically, it's just a video with Patrick. He's in a room. The angle is good. Audio is good. Everything's good. I think the one tutorial is 23 minutes long and the other one's like 11 minutes long, and then you also get the original tutorial from the from the first wallet. So yeah, you get some good material there. Difficulty level, angles. Difficulty level, it's all really easy to do, right? If you've used a Z Fold wallet before, it essentially works the same. It's just, I think, the nicest one out there. But everything's easy to do. The out to lunch, once you set that up, it's extremely easy. The peak is an extremely easy peak to do and to achieve. And like I said, you get a full peak, so that's nice. And then the routine I did, that if you want to do it that way, then you have to get a rainbow card, but this will work, as a switch function too without that. So even if you didn't want to do the picture and you wanted to force the card and have it appear in the wallet or something like that, then you can show the wallet empty, and then when you show it the second time, it has that card. So all sorts of things you can do with this. Angles are good, right? With a switch wallet, they're never going to see both sides, so you can show it, right, and then just set it back down and you've switched it. So the angles are good. You might want to use some misdirection when you do that turnover or switch, but as far as angles go with this, it's not really something where you have to watch your angles. I'd say the only thing that you really have to watch your angles for is the peak, because you're getting a full peak and it's going to be wide open, right? So do what you normally do when you're getting a full peak, just so that other people don't see it. And then with the out to lunch, right, you're gonna want to turn that over when you pull the business card so they don't see what's really going on. So yeah, angles are good. Angles are comparable to any other wallet that has the same features. Setup and reset, arts and crafts. There isn't much of a setup. If you want to set up that out to lunch feature, it's going to take you about, under a minute. You have to add one thing that comes with the wallet, and then you have to cut one thing, and that's one cut, very simple, and you're good to go. So the setup, it's really nothing much. And then I guess depending on what you're going to do as a routine, there might be more to a setup, but even that one that I did where we set up the rainbow card, and still setup's like seconds. Reset, again, depending on what you're doing. With mine, with what I use it for, it's an instant reset. Even if you're using the out to lunch principle, all you have to do is, if you've used your last business card, if you've performed this a couple times, you use your last business card, you just refill it. So there really is no lengthy setup with anything. Arts and crafts, like I mentioned, with that one-time setup with the out to lunch, I guess you could technically label it arts and crafts, but it's going to take you less than a minute. So, and then you're good to go. Flies. This is a garage, by the way, so sometimes we get some bugs in here. Anyway, can it be inspected? I would not hand this out for examination before or after a trick, just because if they look at it and then turn it over and look at it, oh, that seems strange, right? But with the way that I perform it in the routine where I use the 6 of hearts and the rainbow card, I think that already is casual examination because I'm showing them the wallet, I'm opening it up, and in this case, well, I got this side, but I would show that there's, well, I wouldn't point out that there's nothing in the wallet, right? But I would just say, I'm going to get you to take a picture here and just hold it like this, right? So when you kind of demonstrate how to hold it, so I want you to, so you take their phone and say, just hold the wallet like this. Okay, so they're looking at it right now and see that it's empty. I know it's not right now because, but you get what I'm saying. So they'll see that the wallet's empty. You have their phone, you take the picture, right? So as far as everything goes, they've seen the wallet empty, they're holding it, and if you want to get technical, if they're holding it right here, then they can see the back, right? They're never going to really look at that because they're looking at the camera, but then you just take it back, right? So casually inspected, yes. Depending on what you're doing, they may be holding it. And same with the peak, I guess. If you want to, you can have them hold on to it. Completely up to you, however you're feeling on it. But as far as them actually examining, I wouldn't give this to them. If they said, hey, let me see that wallet, well, that might be an issue. Pocket space. So it's a Z fold, but it's still very, very thin. Now, you're not going to be able to pack this with your everyday cards. Like, this isn't going to be a functioning everyday carry. Like, this isn't going to be an everyday wallet. I mean, it could be. I guess I didn't really go over everything the best because you actually have a working pocket here. There, like I said, with the peak, there is an ID kind of window where you can put cards, or you can go under that and get your peak. But there are working pockets here and on the other side. So if you just have, if you're just carrying an ID and like a credit card or whatever and not much, then sure, you could use this as an everyday wallet. I probably wouldn't, but you can do it. There's no place for cash, but again, get creative if you want to fold money. But essentially, if you're using this as a magic wallet, you want it to be the same on both sides if that's what you're going for, or if you're performing a certain trick. Like even the one with the rainbow card, if all of a sudden they open the wallet and seen that the Queen of Hearts was now there, and so was 3 $20 bills, that doesn't make any sense. So just watch how you set it up if you're using this as your everyday wallet. So is this a worker, and who would use it? I definitely say this is a worker because with the out to lunch feature, and normally I don't use the out to lunch principle too much, but when the illusion is this good, I absolutely use it. So the reason I would say this is a worker is because if I'm doing the routine with the rainbow card, then they're going to have a picture on their phone of this moment. So if they're telling their friends, or if they're just going through their gallery and they see that picture, instantly going to recall the experience. So that's great for business. And then also in the act of giving them your business card after you perform that, they now have all your information. So that's great. So that's why I'd say this is such a great worker, but also as far as the peak goes, and as far as the switch function goes, and it being very thin and streamlined, looks professional, so you can use it in any setting. It's not going to look out of place, or some wallets I wouldn't use in a formal setting. So this one I think fits in everywhere. So I'd say definitely a worker. It's a great wallet, works well as a magic wallet, and looks good. Very well made. I think it checks all the boxes. And who would use this? Magicians, mentalists, because of the peak, out to lunch. Really, it fits into every genre of magic, so anybody can use this. And finally, pros and cons, positives, negatives. Pros, This is the best Z Fold wallet that I have ever used. It looks the best, feels the best, it's the best quality. I guess that's all I can say there. But and then also just the attention to detail that went into this, like the great peak, great switch function. Everything looks very well. It looks the same on both sides. I like the locking mechanism myself, but it's also a positive that if you don't, you can remove the magnets and it will no longer be a locking system. And then quality, very good. And that out to lunge, that illusion of the card, being able to move that. And there's also motivation behind that, right? When you push the card forward, they see a single card. They see it move, right? And you have motivation to do that because you're pushing it forward a little bit so they can put their initials on there. And then when you pull it out and your initials are on there and theirs are, and whatever else isn't or it's changed, that's huge, right? So I've never seen a better out to lunge either. Negatives, there's nothing negative about this, right? Whether you look at design, quality, information, features, tutorial, it's all, I think this thing does everything it claims to do perfectly, and it does more than most Z Fold wallets, right? So if you're looking at a Z Fold and you want something that you're gonna have for a long time, you want the quality, you want something professional, just go with this one. I don't even think I said what the price was. So the price on this, it's $50, right? And that might be a little bit more for a Z Fold wallet, but like I said, no Z Fold wallet that I've ever seen so far compares to this whatsoever. And unlike a lot of Z Fold wallets that I have where the quality is not nearly as good, this one will last forever, right? If you look after it and you take care of it, it's leather, so it's durable, it's tough. As long as you're looking after it and it doesn't get wet or anything like that, but mind you, you could waterproof the outside or make it water resistant. But as long as you're looking after this should not ever fall apart. It has thick stitching that is great throughout, and it's Quiver. The leather is great. So yeah, no negatives, all positives for this thing. It's amazing. I'll leave a link in the description below. I'm pretty sure the only place that you can purchase this is from Patrick directly. But again, I would highly recommend it, and I would also highly recommend picking up the rainbow card for this. It is a perfect addition to this. With that, I think I've covered everything I can about the wallet. So we will see you at the next review.